If x times the quantity x plus 2 is greater than 0, does it follow that x is positive? If no, give an example. So in this one, what we're doing is we're taking this factor of x and we're multiplying by this factor of x plus 2. And the inequality is stating that all of this is going to be greater than 0. Now, in order for a product to be greater than 0, you either have to multiply a positive by a positive. That makes it greater than 0 because that would be equal to a positive value. Or you are going to take a negative value and multiply it by a negative value, which will also be greater than 0. This is going to be equal to a positive. For example, let's say that I multiply 3 times 2. Both of those are positive values. That is equal to 6, definitely greater than 0. Let's say that I take negative 4 and multiply by negative 3. That's equal to a positive 12, and that's definitely greater than 0. But in this problem, it says, if you're given this supposition, will the value for that x be positive? Well, let's explore that for a moment. Because if I can have a negative times a negative, that means in this situation, this value could be negative and this value could be negative. Therefore, x can be negative, which is going to say that their supposition x is positive is false. For example, let's choose a negative value for x. And I've kind of already done that, but let's go ahead and say, let x be equal to negative 5. That means that I'm going to replace this x with negative 5, and I'm going to replace this x with negative 5. So I then will have negative 5 times the quantity, negative 5, plus 2. Now, what that means is I have negative 5 here times negative 3. I'm assuming that this is going to be greater than 0 because that's what my initial supposition is stating, or my initial inequality is stating. And negative 5 times negative 3 is 15, which in fact is greater than 0. So now what I've done is if x times x plus 2 is greater than 0, it does not follow that x is positive, or in other words, x is greater than 0. And what I've just done is disproved the supposition by example.